Carly from the Energy Boutique with your energy forecast for Libra, October 2021. Hey Libra, you have definitely been going through your dark season. There's been a lot of loss, a lot of disappointment, a lot of reflection, and for the most part, a lot of living in the negative narrative, especially where extremes are concerned. Your whole point of being a Libra is to find peace and balance, a grounding point here in this lifetime so that you can channel in love and pleasure and joy. But when you are living in extremes, there's no room for that, especially when you're living in a negative narrative, having to rehash old past pain, old past trauma, old past experiences, and then realize that you are recycling that energy in the here and now. Luckily for you, we are kind of coming up to your breaking point, which is going to lead to a breakthrough. We have the new moon in Libra taking place on October 6th that will be illuminating your first house. The first house is where you reinvent yourself, where you do find balance, where you do bring yourself back from the darkness, and where it is that you reintroduce yourself to the world. This is a brand new mental narrative, a brand new emotional point, a brand new focus and perspective on what it is that you actually want to accomplish in this next natal year. You really do have a beautiful opportunity to usher in and manifest all of the elements that you are now illuminated to that you are lacking. Again, that time in the darkness, that emphasis on all the things that you don't have is creating a beautiful list on what it is that you have to get down to business and manifest so that you can be living in a state of reality where love and peace and harmony, all of those things that you've been illuminated to actually can exist. Pluto goes direct on October 6th as well. This is a very powerful shift for the new moon to be taking place under. Pluto, of course, is the god of the underworld. He is the great transformer. And because he's been retrograde for the last couple of months, really taking us on an inner journey of darkness, illuminating for us our fears, our pain, our insecurities, we do have the opportunity now to take our power back. This is going to be illuminating your fourth house, your home, your family dynamic, really showing you where it is that your boundaries have been weak, where you have to implement new boundaries in order to protect yourself, where it is that you have to nurture yourself back to a point of peace, where it is that you have to take care of your own wants, needs, and desires instead of looking outside of yourself for other people to fill those voids. We have Venus, your ruler, moving out of Scorpio and into Sagittarius energy on October 7th. This is going to be illuminating your third house, which rules over your mental plane. Now, Venus, being your ruler, she gets to have a little bit of fun in Sag energy. She gets to really feel inspired again. She really comes alive. She wants to be fancy free. She is kind of all over the place, lacking a little bit of direction. But at this particular point in time, as long as you break free from that negative narrative that you've been sitting in, anything other than that is very, very welcomed. Now, she is going to put a lot of pressure in your mental plane, in your perspective, in new ideas, in the ways that you communicate your newfound truth. You've been illuminated while in your dark season of all the places within you that you have been harboring some not so nice thoughts and feelings about yourself and about your particular reality. And now you're really going to see whether or not that is true. Venus, of course, being focused on love and beauty and worth, she really is going to elevate you to a brand new place, aligning with your higher self, your higher intuition, to see what is possible when you stop telling yourself all the reasons of why you shouldn't take a chance and why it is that you should just be comfortable staying in the same old, same old. Saturn, the Lord of Karma, is going to be going direct on October 10th in Aquarian energy in your fifth house. This is your heart chakra. And Saturn, who is trying to teach you some tough love life lessons, really testing you to see whether or not you're going to boss up and follow your heart instead of your head, whether or not you are going to listen to your heart and soul, and whether or not you are brave and courageous enough to detach yourself away from other people's thoughts and opinions in order to make your dreams actually come to life. Saturn going direct in this fifth house is going to really help you build new systems, new foundations in order to really express yourself fully, confidently, authentically. It's going to unleash your creativity in a brand new way and open up your heart space for new connections to actually form. We have Jupiter going direct in Aquarius on October 18th in your fifth house as well. So Jupiter, of course, being retrograde, was doing a little bit of an inner healing journey inside of us, really showing us where it is that we have lost faith within ourselves. We have lost confidence within ourselves, and where it is that now Jupiter going direct, we can boss up. We can talk to ourselves a little bit more positively, where we can see the bigger, broader picture actually emerge. And where, because this is in your fifth house, your heart chakra, where it is that maybe you just have to give yourself permission to let your guard down just a tad, to let really good, healthy, supportive, encouraging people enter into your realm. This is really going to renovate your perspective, renovate your thoughts, renovate your emotions to a brand new level on what is possible, instead of fixating on all of your past pain, all of your past experiences, giving you the justification that you felt you needed in order to have those walls put up in the first place. Also on October 18th, Mercury is going to be going direct in Libra, in your sign, in the first house. So while you've been in your dark season, kind of reflecting back and revisiting situations from the past and trying to rectify certain relationships, it's been hard. You haven't been communicating at your most powerful point. Of course, when Mercury goes retrograde, communications definitely fall through the cracks. And now you're going to have a beautiful opportunity to stand in your power, to use your voice, to actually be heard. And I feel like because you've been illuminated to a lot of negative ways of thinking, reflecting back on negative memories, negative situations where relationships are concerned, this is really going to be a powerful time for you, again, to reemerge as your brand new, shiny, renovated self and have a different voice, a different vibration and frequency to actually match this new image, this new identity that is going to support you in being a little bit more vocal on what it is that you want, need, and desire in your own life. On October 20th, we have the full moon taking place in Aries. This is going to be illuminating your seventh house. Of course, Arian energy is your polar opposite energy. Arian energy wants you to focus on you as the individual. What do you want? What do you need? What do you desire? What do you want to experience? Where can you be the leader? Where can you lead other people into new paths, new truths, new adventures? The full moon in Aries is likely going to illuminate for you a crossroads, a reaching of the peak point of the new natal year that you're about to go in, reflecting back to the spring and where it is you thought you would be by now. Because this is illuminating your seventh house, which Libra naturally rules over, where relationships are concerned, this is likely going to put you in a little bit of a conflict where you're going to have to abandon being a team player in order to push and advocate for yourself. Where it is that you're going to have to balance the scales in between being too self-sacrificial for other people's wants, needs, and desires and start doing right by you first and foremost. On October 23rd, we have Scorpio season beginning, which technically is nobody's favorite time because it's highly emotional. It's very dark. We have to go back and experience the pain, the depths of our desires in order to alchemize that into a source of power. Scorpio season is going to be setting up camp in your second house of worth, of values, of relationships, of resources, of planning for the future. Because you are very fresh in your natal year, there's a lot of prospects, a lot of hope, a lot of abundance that you have your eyes set on, especially where love is concerned, where money is concerned. And Scorpio season is going to highlight for you all of your fears, all your vulnerabilities, all of the reasons why you don't feel that you deserve it or that you're worth it. Now, this isn't going to feel good, but it is going to put you in a place to really tap into your power and use that as motivation and as a catalyst to amp yourself up, to level up in ways in your self-esteem and self-confidence that you've never done before. And of course, once you fill your cup up, that's going to overflow and affect all your personal relationships and bring you to a brand new level. Mars, the god of war, is moving into Scorpio energy. And because Mars has been in Libra for such a long time, you might feel a little bit slow and a little bit sluggish when Mars makes this transition into Scorpio energy. Now, this is also setting up camp in your second house, which means that you're going to unleash your inner warrior to actually see where it is that you haven't been honoring yourself, where it is that you need to boss up in your self-esteem and in your self-confidence. Really kind of declare to the world what it is that you want, what it is you need, what it is you deserve, and really believe it. This is really going to illuminate for you where you have to be a little bit more aggressive, especially in your emotions, to go after what it is that you're passionate about, to go after what it is that you now currently desire, and to make things happen instead of sitting back and seeing how things unfold for you. It's time to take action. It's time to boss up. It's time to act like the warrior that you absolutely have been and that you absolutely are. So some of the advice from the universal guides, first and foremost, figure out what it is you want, especially where your relationships are concerned. You have too many irons in the fire, too many options on your plate. It would be a good idea, especially with the new ideas coming to the forefront, to sit down and really whittle down your options so that you can focus your energy and your intent on what it is that would make you feel the best and what it is that would be best aligned to what it is that your new calling, your new purpose is actually asking of you. They're asking that you stop playing in the shadows, that you bring your talents, your skills, your expertise, your knowledge to the forefront. It is time for you to shift your perspective on what it is that is valuable, what it is that is worthy of your time, energy, and effort, and where it is that you can bring a lot of value to other people's lives by actually standing in your power and stop living in the darker shadows. They're also talking about recognizing where it is that you're too attached, especially to people, places, and things, especially where the home is concerned. Many of my Libran friends have been put in a position to contemplate whether they should be moving their physical environments or not. And if this is attached to a money issue, you definitely want to take the time to do your budget over, to recognize what it is that you're actually forking out each month and whether or not you can actually afford to continue this past pain pattern. Many of my Libran friends have a very extreme spending habit, either afraid to spend a dime and living in scarcity, or being a little bit too frivolous with their spending and not having enough reserve for the important things. This is going to give you an opportunity to get back down to earth, to really bring a lot of that beautiful intelligence from your mental plane into this physical reality. You're so good at being able to help other people compromise, cooperate, meet on a healthy page of their expenses, of their relationships. You are the mediator of the zodiac. So bring that talent, bring those skills into your own reality. Balance the books, balance your life, balance your environment. It's time for you to create a very safe and secure place for you in your home, in your personal relationships within the home, so that you can nurture yourself, take care of yourself, take care of others without feeling like you're going to lose it, like you're going to be put in a position where it's all taken away at the end of the month when the numbers just don't match up and they don't make sense. So this is a brand new month for you, a brand new month of a brand new year for you. Let's get it right. Let's come back down to earth. Let's really pull our energy into our core. Let's recognize where it is that we've been living in extremes, and let's take every single action in order to balance those scales, in order to ground ourselves out and to start building a strong enough foundation to house the dreams and opportunities that are coming to you over this next natal year.